So our next department head is Art Baker, Director of Public Works.
Thank you, Chairman McCollum. Good evening, everyone. I wanted to first start by giving everybody just an overview of, what is Public Works and what do we do. So I'll start with, first, Public Works is made up of two divisions. We have a land use division and we have a maintenance division. The land use division includes the engineering and the inland wetlands, and the maintenance division includes the maintenance of our buildings as well as highway maintenance. So what services does DPW provide? On the land use side, that's headed by our town engineer, Scott Schatzline, and a big majority of the time spent there is processing permits that are regulated by both the Planning and Zoning Commission and the Inland Wetlands Commission. In addition to that, they process the permits for the building department, and a large part is designing engineering plans for roadway improvement projects. For example, the stimulus project that we're going to be doing in conjunction with the state. The building maintenance division is headed by our deputy, Chris Nowacki, and we take care of 13 town-owned buildings, excluding any Board of Ed buildings. We take care of approximately 250,000 square feet, and we do that with one full-time day custodian, a full-time night custodian, and then a part-time custodian for the senior center, and a service contracted out for the library. Highway maintenance is headed up by our highway superintendent, Jim Robinson, and that list includes the maintenance of approximately 140 miles of road and 5 miles of unimproved dirt roads. The plowing and sanding, salting of our roads in the wintertime, the maintenance of the asphalt, dirt road maintenance, maintenance of our drainage systems, maintenance of the bulky waste landfill on Garter Road, our programs, for example, our curbside recycling, dial-a-dump program, our used oil recycling program, and our Adopt a Road program. The brush and tree removal and tree trimming, as well as mowing for sightline. Traffic and street sign maintenance, as well as roadway markings, your striping. Evictions, traffic accidents, support of other departments, and our fleet maintenance, which we maintain approximately 55 trucks and vehicles in the highway department, and 44 town hall and police vehicles. Okay, moving on now to the budget. So what are the drivers that are impacting the Public Works budget? The total requested increase is at $188,000 or 4.93%. It assumes no raises, whereby saving $43,500. It includes additional funding of about $13,000 for asphalt for patching potholes and also processed gravel material for the dirt roads. It includes some additional funding of about $25,000 for the maintenance of equipment and the fuel charges for that equipment. It includes some additional funding of about $6,300 to begin to implement our federally mandated street and traffic sign reflectivity requirements. That's a program where we have to be in compliance by 2011, and it's a fairly extensive project. It includes an additional roughly $14,000 for the additional fire hydrants and water main service provided by Aquarian Water, the maintenance of those. And it includes some additional funding of $87,000 change to implement a paving preservation program, along with $2 million in bonding that will be used to improve some of our worst roads. And I'll get to the road resurfacing plan here in a minute. So basically what this budget does is it maintains our current levels of most of our items. It does not include many increased material costs other than the ones I mentioned above. A couple big issues that this budget doesn't really reflect on right now is the replacement of our fleet. Our average fleet is about 15 to 16 years old, and it's aging every year. We're actually rebuilding trucks now down at the highway department. We're rebuilding at least one, if not two trucks a year. And then, of course, some of the capital projects, the town hall roof replacement and the Pepper Street design completion for that last section. Of course, our police renovations are not in this plan. So I'm going quickly now to the road resurfacing plan. Hopefully many of you have heard me talk before at town council and talk about a PCI and how our PCI in town is a 52. I put together a plan in year one to establish $350,000 in the pavement preservation, which is in our operating budget, and that will take care of about 4.5 miles of roads basically in the neighborhoods, and trying to preserve those roads before they get into the worst condition and cost us a lot more money. And then $2 million in bonding for pavement rehabilitation projects, which is the more expensive programs, and that will include about 5 miles of our worst roads, repairing our worst roads. The actual roads will be chosen based on a couple factors, such as our 2-year-old pavement study, the number of times we report to patch potholes in the same areas, location of important facilities such as the schools or the parks or the emergency service facilities. And all that said, that $2.35 million will increase our PCI from a 52 to about a 55, 56. Hopefully that will give you a gauge of where we stand as far as our improving our roads in an orderly fashion. It's going to take a sustainable amount of money. It's not something we can just throw money at. We're going to have to go year after year. And I'm working on a 5-year plan that I should have done shortly that will include basically, if we stay at these rates, 3.5 or 4.5 miles of pavement preservation and 5 miles of larger work for the worst roads. One of the things I'm exploring that I'd like to try to get in this budget is, in order to get where we need to be, as you know, potholes in this town, as you guys send me emails and put up photographs and everything else, they're all over town. They're very difficult to address, especially this time of year. So I'd like to invest in a program whereby we purchase some equipment, a milling head on the backhoe, what they call a recycling box, and what that does, it heats up all the old asphalt, and you rejuvenate it a little bit with a little bit, what you actually put in it, believe it or not, is shingles, and there's just enough oil in those shingles to rejuvenate the asphalt, and you're not buying any new materials. You're taking old asphalt, making it new, and putting it down in the wintertime hot, as opposed to putting in cold patch, where you guys see how long cold patch lasts. Sometimes we're going back to the same potholes 3, 4, 5 times. So that investment is about $100,000. There's actually 3 pieces. The last piece is actually a hot box to go along with the recycling box, and that keeps it warm all day long, so you're putting down hot asphalt. That's about a $100,000 investment, and again, you don't have to buy any material with it. It's all material that's already out there. We've been stockpiling asphalt as we speak to hopefully be able to take this on. And that's all I have.